Hi, it's Jacob here, and today I'm excited to share something brand new with you, the updated Skriva Stylus. More than that though, I'll tell you about some of the useful new ways this tool can enhance your workflows and make using your iPad even easier than ever. So let's jump straight in. At first glance, the new Skriva Stylus will look pretty similar to the original one, but if you look closely, you'll see a new shortcut button down here where you rest your index finger. Interesting. We'll come back to that in a moment. There are some other differences which you might not see, but which I'm sure you'll appreciate. Stronger magnets, 2 extra hours of battery life, a nicer feel in the hand thanks to the refined edges, and a special new nib that is stronger and more durable than before. In fact, Skriva tell me these nibs will write for over 12 kilometers each, plus you still get 4 spare in the box. So if you have a project where you need to write 5 times 12, 60 kilometers of text, this is the tool for you. And look, all of these are nice upgrades over the original Skriva, but there's one thing which really does change how this tool can be used. So let's go back to that shortcut button I mentioned a moment ago. This button can actually do 4 completely different things. So let's dive in and we'll explore that together. Here you can see I'm busy working away on a freeform board in class, currently focusing on scarlet macaws and how they're adapted to live in the Amazon rainforest. I'm using my Skriva just like normal to write directly onto my page, and it connects just like before by simply turning it on using the button on the top. However, this new version also comes with Bluetooth connectivity, which opens up some clever new features with the iPad it's currently connected to. Let's jump into the Settings app and tap onto Bluetooth settings here. Almost immediately, you're going to see Skriva Stylus showing up as a Bluetooth device, which is brand new. Of course, you can still use the stylus without connecting, and it will still write on other iPads just like before, even when it's connected to your iPad by Bluetooth. But by connecting it, we can really see what's new. I'm going to switch straight back to freeform now we're connected, and let's see some images of scarlet macaws to go with my fact. Of course, this will mean opening the web browser, navigating to an image search, finding some pictures, and then dragging and dropping them onto freeform. Well, actually no, it's much easier now. By pressing the button on the side of the Skriva Stylus once, I can immediately get this search box on screen, called Spotlight Search, and I can handwrite straight into it like this. It'll turn my messy scribbles into typed text, and immediately we can see the search results. Not only does this find files and pictures saved to my iPad already, but it will also search the web for more results. And the best part, I can just drag and drop those images straight onto freeform like this. Here's a photo from my camera roll, and I can place it straight onto my board. And if I tap the shortcut button on Skriva once again, I can go straight back to that same search and drag on another image. And it's not just images which are easily accessible here. I can actually long press onto one of these website results to get a preview, and if I like the look of it, I can just tap on it once more to jump straight into that page in Safari. Of course, I can go back to freeform at any time to continue working on my document as well. The Spotlight search feature is available on the home screen of iPad normally, but within apps it's only available via a keyboard shortcut, which of course isn't very helpful if you haven't got a keyboard connected. Skriva makes this effortless and allows you to quickly and easily add rich content to your projects across multiple apps in a whole new way. Imagine how powerful this would be if you were all collaborating on a document together, adding content and learning as quickly as this. But wait, there's more. The shortcut button is really clever. For example, I just found some interesting facts on the website here that we just opened, and I think I'd like to put a quick screenshot of that information onto my page in freeform, so I can use it to inform my facts later on. Now, without having to awkwardly reach the buttons on top of my iPad or swiping up from the corner and getting stuck on my case, I can simply press twice onto my Skriva shortcut button and it'll immediately take a screenshot. Yeah, as quickly as that. Of course, I can then tap onto that screenshot and edit it just like normal, including having instant access to all of the markup tools like highlighters and pens using the Skriva that's already in my hands. This is such a seamless workflow because it means I can quickly highlight the key information here without ever needing to put my stylus down. And then I can simply copy that screenshot and paste it straight into freeform. Think how useful this will be when you're collecting research online or screenshotting examples to share in Shobi. And don't forget, you can even use the full page screenshot option to capture an entire website in one go. Check out the video linked above for more on that. I know what you're thinking. I bet this new button can't do anything else. That's more than enough, surely. Well, actually no, there's more. Let's press the shortcut button 3 times and look, we're straight into multitasking mode where we can see all of our open apps and windows. With one tap, I can go straight back to Safari and carry on researching my scarlet macaw facts. That means jumping between apps just got super easy. 3 taps and no matter what you're doing, you'll come straight back to this page. It's so handy for quickly jumping between apps and screens while you're managing bigger projects. Let me just take another screenshot by double pressing the button, and we can crop these facts to add to our freeform board too. So we can search with 1 press, screenshot with 2, and jump into the app switcher with 3 presses. Well, there's one more trick up this stylus' sleeve. Case. Not a great metaphor. Anyway, if I press and hold that button, we can jump straight back to the home screen, either to open up a new app or to finish our project for the day. At this stage, I'm starting to feel a bit worn out from all this hard work, and I'm sure my Skriva Stylus is too. We can obviously use the LED light indicator on the side to get a pretty good feel for how much battery we have left. But because we're connected by Bluetooth, we can do something even more accurate. Let's long press on this rather empty looking home screen, and we'll tap Edit in the top left corner. From here I can select Add Widget, and all I need to do then is search for the Batteries widget, and look, there's our Skriva, with its actual charge level displayed in a percentage. And we still have 88% left. Not bad since I've been using it all afternoon. Okay, well it would be a shame to waste all of that lovely battery, so let me show you one last thing. We just saw that long pressing the button jumps straight back to the home screen. But if you're somebody like me who enjoys using multi-window mode on iPadOS 26, you're going to love this. Let me just drag the bottom corner of Freeform in a bit so we can see all the other apps I've got open. Several Safari windows, a Maps window, but what I really want is to open Notes from my home screen. Rather than having to move all of these windows around, I can just long press that button on Skriva one more time and boom! Everything that's open slides neatly off to the sides. And I can open Notes or any other app straight from my home screen as easily as this. And that's the new improved Skriva Stylus. It certainly learned some new tricks and even built on all of the things that made the original one so useful for the classroom. I know for me the extra 2 hours of battery will come in super handy when teaching, and I genuinely can't tell you how many times I found myself opening up Search and taking screenshots using the action button. And if you want to see what else Skriva can do with your iPad in the classroom, check out the rest of our videos we've made in collaboration. But that's enough from me today though. I've got a two-toed sloth to go and learn about. I'll see you next time.